Jasmine, Cate Blanchett plays a wealthy New York socialite who loses everything, her fortune and her husband, and has to move here to San Francisco to restart her life.
Jasmine,
Oh my God.
look at you. Your place is homey.
We spoke with Cate back in New York about preparing for the part and about working with Woody Allen in New York and California.
I think the interesting thing about Jasmine, what I found interesting in the challenge, is that she's profoundly deluded. Everything about her is constructed. That, you know, she's not to the manner born. She's inculcated her way into that Upper East Side echelon and that social set. I think we all live in a fantasy world to a greater or lesser degree, and that was, for me, that was the point of entry for her as a human being. And hopefully an audience, even if they don't like what she does or what she appears to stand for, maybe they can see why she does what she does.
You know, someday, when you come into great wealth, you must remember to be generous.
Mom said you used to be okay, but you got crazy. Yeah, and then you talk to yourself.
Whenever you play a character that's complicated, they're gonna say and do unpalatable as well as palatable things. I think it's a little bit syrupy to try and play to an audience's sympathy. And it makes for a much more interesting post-film conversation if there's varying opinions about, you know, how much they related or warmed to a character. Having played great characters in the theatre, like you know, Richard II, it sounds a bit strange, but someone who has a sense of entitlement, somebody who's experiencing a gulf between the role and the title of king and who he is as a man. I mean, I found that theatrical concept was, and having played that character on stage, I found that concept was a really useful one to bring in when playing, it sounds crazy, but when playing Jasmine. There's something about the musculature of those characters that stays with you, I think, when you approach a great role on screen.
What kind of conversations did you have about this part?
Brief conversations I had. He has that exquisite brutality of someone who's survived stand-up. He knows when it's funny, he knows when it's not, he knows when it's alive, he knows when it's dead, and that's all he's interested in. If I'd ask him a question, you know, not one of those questions that contains the wine in it, and was that good, am I good? I mean, he's not interested in that he's not interested in stoking people's egos in that way. He'll tell you if it's bad. But if there was a question that needed clarity, then he was, you know, really forthcoming.
He'll tell you it's bad?
Oh, he'll tell you it's awful. He'll tell you if it's awful. But I would much...
And then what?
And then what? And then he walks away. It's like, fix it. And it's, you know, I would much prefer that. I would much prefer that than someone saying, don't worry, we'll fix it in post. I mean, the thing with Mr. Allen is there is no post, in terms of you don't go back and you don't loop anything, you don't reshoot anything, you don't... So if it doesn't happen in the time that you've got to make that movie in whatever city you happen to be, that's it.
She's not somebody you can count on. I am.
No, don't pick it up too fast. I don't want him to think I'm just sitting around here waiting for him to call.
Without wanting to sound too pompous, I mean, when acting works, when performance works, when theatre's great, when films connect, it expands, whether it's a piece of profound satire or a work of great drama, it expands what it means to be human. It expands our ability to be compassionate, I think. And so I think I have a greater compassion for women like Jasmine. So in that way, yes, it will definitely stay with me. Look, it's really great just friends and friends of friends who've seen it. My mother, somehow it connects into the universal and moves across generations. So that's really exciting.
Does your mother normally see your work?
Promote my work? She does. She doesn't always like it, and when she doesn't like it, she doesn't email me. But she emailed me about this one.
And she said what?
That she liked it.